ba 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 ba, baby, boom boom boom. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, ow! Boom, uh, put a boom. Ah. Good morning, everybody. Woo, it's a little early in the morning, but I got to get started today. I can't mess around till 9, 10 o'clock doing the live stream. How's everybody doing this morning? Good morning, Erica. And I look forward to those pumpkin recipes, all kind of pumpkins, getting ready to go out here. I've got my demon pumpkin with me, and she looked like she's doing okay. She was a little stressed. I was stressing it hard, letting it dry out to send down deeper roots. But I think there are probably about 10 of them that are going to take off. So I have lots of pumpkins. You know what? I'm gonna unbutton my shirt a little bit. Am I allowed to do that? Yo, I'm not gonna tell you what I'm doing out here. I feel like Tubbs. No, Crockett. Is it Crockett or Tubbs on Miami Vice? And plus, I didn't shave my chest. It was all kind of naps and stuff. So I feel like I'm Tubbs from the '80s. And I got this shirt too. I feel like I should be in Florida or somewhere, driving a Ferrari, driving a Rockefeller Ferrari. No, yesterday was a good day. So I want to get a good start today and get out here and get going. Shoot, I think I probably put about a ton of cob on the wall. I welded into the evening or almost into the evening, fixed the backhoe bucket. So today's going to be a good day. I got to go. Well, I still got to figure the door out for the cob house. But anyway, how y'all doing this morning? Let's not make it about me. Let's make it about you. What is danger? That's the loose topic this morning. What is danger versus fear? All right. I won't get into the details, but that's just something on my mind this morning. I wake up in the morning, it happens to be what's on my mind. Unfortunately, I ran out of power last night, so somebody decided to stay up all last night and watch that. What was it? Bruce Willis was in this alien invasion movie, and somebody stayed up all damn night draining the power. Then he fell asleep because he doesn't watch TV. TV usually is there to put him to sleep. So I had to get up and make my coffee over fire this morning. I love doing that, y'all. Oh, I love doing that. I don't know why. I mean, it takes longer. It's annoying as hell. But something about a little coffee over fire. Then I decided, you know what? I'm not going to wait till, I've got power for the laptop and all that. I'd have to get started. I can't do a late one today. And I decided to walk out here, which is kind of on topic. I'm out here at the corner of the fenced in area, walking out here. Oh, Lord Jesus, another one got me. Do y'all see that? Did y'all see my post from this morning? Oh my God. This is a perfect example. Perfect example. So I'm out here walking around. Yeah, there's rattlesnakes out here. I ain't worried about no damn rattlesnake. I grew up in the Washington, D.C. area. All right. There ain't nothing out here that's got anything on what I had to deal with. I had to worry about the police, the black people, the white people. Didn't have to worry about the Asian people. They were real nice over there. No, that's real talk. Real talk. I mean, I grew up, and don't get me wrong. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I grew up privileged. I grew up. I was in. Mommy and Daddy took care of us, made sure we had everything we needed. Suburban, middle. I mean, my neighborhood was safe. My street was safe. It was safe. Nobody had no face diapers, but it was safe. Now you cross 2 streets over, and it was not. Which is why my brothers went to the nice high school. They went to the nice one. It's called Oxon Hill High School. This is where all the nice, smart kids went. They had a whole building that separated them from the thugs. I did not, unfortunately. I was the black sheep of the family. I went to a place called Friendly, and it was not friendly. I have friends on my list that will confirm this with you. So no, I went to school with Southeast DC kids. Like, while my brothers grew up to, fine wine and pinky high tea time in between classes. Nah, you had to fight. Breaking out fights on a basketball court at gym. Anyway, but yeah, I'm not worried about nothing out here. I had enough of an exposure growing up, to inner city thug life, and a lot of my friends just dealing drugs because, unfortunately, they didn't have parents around. That was when the crack cocaine epidemic, which was a real epidemic. But I think every epidemic is started by governments. But anyway, we're not going to get into that. It's their legislation. They create crime waves to create profit, and then people divide up and blame each other. It's something else, but it's usually just the kings and the coffers. But no, so real dangerous. I'm not worried about nothing out here. Coming out here was nothing for me. I'm not worried about the cactuses, the rattlesnakes, bears, and none of that. They ain't got nothing for me. They ain't got nothing for me. You go to school with 2 or 3 different gangs. You not worried. Inner city gangs, and an inner city that's legislated by mostly Democrats, but also the Republicans helped them in D.C. You ain't worried about nothing out here. So no, this is the Chola Cactus. Look at this thing. This is a great example. If you're on my timeline, I not 5 minutes ago, because I was walking out here in my canvas shoes. Y'all like this shit? Look, check me out. Look, styling and profiling in the desert. Look at that. Look at that. I think some guy that owns or somebody on here, I'm not sure who bought me these. Somebody tell me. These are nice. They're made of hemp. Anyway, but they don't stop cactuses. So that's the Chola cactus, right? This is the nasty one. This is the one they call the flying cactus. This is the one that you don't grab it like that and pull it off, right? Because it detaches from the base, and it'll attach to anything. So I need to find me a stick to get this thing off. Oh, you know what? I left my welding gloves out here. I was actually using these to put up the barbed wire fence. I use these guys, but it's the Chola cactus. And I say I got to remember it's going to get stuck to this thing to not touch these later. This is the nasty one. Look, see, you see that already? The barbs are already stuck in the glove. You know what? I'm not going to use my glove. Hold on. This is right on topic. Danger versus fear. It's a dangerous place out here, but I ain't scared. It's a dangerous place. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. You be scared, bad things gonna happen to you. Remember, you manifest things. Remember what you are. All right. You're not black. You're not white. You're not a woman. You're not a man. You're not an American. You're not a Chinese. Nobody knows what you are. Only you can find out what you are. But you manifest what happens to you. If you're scared of cactuses, yeah, you're going to have some issues. If you're scared of black people, you're going to have some issues. Scared of white supremacy, you're going to have some issues. But I'm going to give me a rock. I ain't scared of it, but I know how dangerous it is. This is a great example, and I did not do this on purpose. I purposely am getting rid of these things everywhere I can in the area. I'm going to have to move him later on. But they're nasty. I mean, I start my day, fired up some coffee on the fire, and just decide I wanted to walk out here. I'm wearing no boots. I don't feel like wearing boots. I got on some shorts. Damn it, I don't feel like wearing them. I'm free. I'm not going to be a slave to the desert, nor your Rockefeller nonsense, let alone fear. All right? That whole danger, Will Robinson. Everybody has that, let it kick in. Like danger, Annette Martinez. All right, well, I get it some danger, but I'm not going to be scared. I'm going to live my life. You know what I mean? But anyway, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing this morning? Good morning, Sampton. Hey, Patricia, James, Mohanan. But flies, I'm scared of. No, I don't know if I'm scared of flies. Flies are the most dangerous thing out here. Flies are the most expensive and dangerous thing out here, just simply because there's so many of them. They outnumber every damn thing else. And like I said, they're buzzing around. You're using heavy equipment. You're using a machete. You're using a chainsaw. You're using different things, backhoe, spilling coffee they're landing on. They get expensive. You're spilling water because they're always. And I said, I don't want to be a UNICEF child, but damn it, it might happen. I think my body disagrees with me. Yesterday, I was upset. The flies were landing on my legs, and my legs weren't telling me. You ever have that happen? Like after a while, your legs, they start to adjust your sensory inputs. Like, oh yeah, that's not a problem. We're not even going to tell his brain. Like, no, that's a problem. Y'all need to keep telling me, because I had like 4 or 5 flies on my leg, and I didn't get any sensory inputs. So now, like yesterday, I had to keep checking my legs and swatting on my legs because my legs wouldn't tell me it was flies on. So as much as I don't want to be a UNICEF kid, yeah, I probably will become one. There'll probably be flies all in my face and ears and stuff. My body like, yeah, they're not really a threat. We're not going to tell them. We've got other things to do with our energy. All right, hang on. I'm hearing noises. I get loud, but I don't get too loud. I like the rattlesnakes to know I'm here, but and everything else too. But the javelinas, they don't care. They're here every morning, I think. So that was another reason I got up early this morning too, because I want to get out there and do javelina watch. They're out there on their morning commute, and I want to know how many of them commute by, on a daily basis. Hey, Patricia, it's a game trail. I'm on their game trail, but they need to know I ain't playing no games. I had to tell somebody that yesterday. I ain't playing no games. All right, I'm busy. I got too many things to do because it's even more. Yeah, I don't know why people think they can pull me into their drama, which is weird. It's just weird. Like, I think after you get beyond a certain level of busy and significant things in your life, drama doesn't even register on your radar. And it's just like, I know you're here, you're trying to start drama and you want to pull me in. I'm not pullable. I have an interesting life. I have a lot of things I got to do. I don't have time for drama. And it doesn't even register, right? And this gets back to a post I made a while ago, right? There's on-grid problems and there's off-grid problems, right? I guess you might have woman problems and you might have some man problems. If you're a woman, you ain't too damn worried about no man problems. Like, all right, yeah, I know you all got problems, but yeah, I don't think you understand what I got to deal with. And I got to have babies in your patriarchal world. Right. It's like, all right. So that's why when men get whiny, women probably just like, they just turn the volume down. They can't even hear you. It's just like, it doesn't register. Anyway, I hope that example might get me in trouble. I don't know, but I think it is. I think it's legitimate. Anyway, nice yellow shirt. Looks so good on you. Thank you, Christine. This is people online picked this. This is when I was trapped in El Paso and I needed a shirt. So I went to a colonizer store called, was it Five Below? Five under zero, five something, five something. I was like, if it was five, that's a good place to be. Anything that's got dollar on the name or five, I'm gonna go in there big time. I don't believe in money and I don't believe in spending it. So I'm a very frugal person. Go on, Fly, get on with it. And this is when the sisters picked the shirt out for me. I mean, I did good. I mean, I picked it, but they agreed that I made a good selection. I was like, thank you. So, anyways, this is my Tubbs impression. I just need an afro, I think. But I grow one. I can't, Christine, because it's not it'd be a half row because the top don't do nothing. The sides would be bushy. I'd look like Sherman Helmsley if he was still alive. Anyway, danger is my life. Patrice, I think danger is everybody's life. Fear is not everybody's life, but danger is there's no way you can go that's safe. There's nowhere you can go on this planet that's safe. The entire world was colonized. The entire world is dangerous, whether you're dealing with economic systems or hogs or bears or wolves or women looking for lunches and no, what with dinners, whatever it was, I don't know. Looking for a man to give him some money. Men looking for a woman to give them some money. Everywhere is dangerous, but you have to be able to process that you always live in danger. You don't have to live in fear, right? And there are people who make profit on trying to scare you, right? There are corporations making profit on trying to scare you. This could go some interesting places. I'm gonna try not to take it there. I already think that y'all already know what I'm talking about. Every decision made in fear is a bad decision. Why would you make any decision while you're scared? While you're scared, just tuck up your drawers, tuck your panties, go, pantyhose, go hide in the closet till you grow up. But don't make any, and you damn sure ain't gonna make no decisions for me while you're scared, right? I don't live in fear. You live in fear. I don't. I live in danger, but I do not live in fear. Your decisions and your fear will never drive my life anywhere. All right, except for Civil War. That might happen. World War III, that could happen. Right? Because the scared people ain't never going to design a world or my lifestyle. It ain't never going to happen. Speaking of that, so New York, I think they finally rolled out their fear laws, right? Their fear ordinances or orders or whatever the hell their ignorance is. That's okay. I don't go to New York anyway. I personally never liked the apple, so I I like apples. I didn't like that apple. I like clean apples. That's a dirty apple. I was never interested in that. So no, you can't. They gave out the list, all the places and things you can't not do unless you let billionaires experiment on your body. Billionaire supremacists, privileged billionaire supremacists are dictating what drugs must go in your body, and you got a whole the gaggle of ignorant people cheering them on, which is crazy because these are the same people, or a lot of them, who were scared of supremacy not too long ago. No, supremacists say you got to do this or we can't go to the movies. This is why you don't follow anybody. This is why I will never follow anybody. I love y'all to death, but you're human, just like I am. We're not human, but we're inhumans. And that fear, it'll sneak in. And then you start making decisions on fear and I'm following you. And that means now I'm doing something ignorant. So yeah, that ain't never going to happen. Danger is my life. It is, Patrice. But fear doesn't have to be. Fear is a choice. Danger is not a choice. We don't have a choice. We can fix that probably in the future. We can reduce danger. I don't think we'll ever get rid of it. We'll never have a utopia where there's nothing that's dangerous. But fear is a choice, right? Fear is a choice. Turn on that damn television, being scared of something because a corporation wants to sell a product and get the whole world to be shaking in their panties and their drawers like some of y'all. Nah, no interest in that. I'm out here in canvas shoes with rattlesnakes and chula cactuses. I'm gonna live my life. This is a funny thing. It's not even about Bill Gates and Fauci and these billionaires and their ignorance, right? It's not about the pharmaceutical industry and whether you're a pro Ovaltine or anti-Ovaltiner. It ain't about that. It's about I don't live in fear, right? I ain't gonna let no chola cactuses scare me into not wearing flip-flops and canvas shoes, and I damn sure ain't gonna let no rattlesnakes. You better kiss my butt. All right. It's not about you, not about your current ignorance in the industries that are scaring you. It's about I live free. I'm always going to live free. Ain't no man, woman, nor child on this planet that will ever scare me. damn near no bears and cactuses and all that. Well, hang on with the bears a little bit. We're not gonna get into the bears. The bear thing is an issue. I don't know. Maybe somebody beat the hell out of me with a teddy bear when I was a baby. I don't do grizzly bears. It's something about grizzly bears, like, and this probably gets back to Rogan and something I heard on his podcast not too long ago. I mean, some of the most thugged out hunters you ever want to meet. I mean, I'm still trying to think of the name. One of his friends that's a hunter from Australia. He's just out in the outback. Like, he'll just tell us, "Hey, baby, I'm going to the outback." He'll go walk about. Like, he's a true, Mick Dundee. And I'm gonna go walk about. And he'll head out into y'all might know who I'm talking about. And he'll head out and he'll like live outside for a month, harvesting his food from nature, just walking around in a tent, hunting and doing stuff. I mean, just real thugged out hunter. And just listening to him tell the story about when the bear charged their camp, the grizzly bear. And I mean, these are hardcore men, hunters. And the bear, I don't know how big it was. It was a big bear. And it charged them. They were all armed. There was a camp of them, 7 or 8 men, guns all around. The bear came, and when that growl hit, and that thing came charging through the camp, you know what they all did? They peed on themselves and ran. They did what most of us would do. Danger is real. Fear is a choice. But there's some instinctive fears that kick in for a moment. And I think bears tap into that, I don't know, some sort of evolutionary epigenetic fear instinct to run, hide, pee on yourself, shake in your boots, poop your pants, and hide under a rock somewhere, because they all did. They ran. Nobody grabbed a gun. They ran. And the bear charged through their sight. And so, fear is a thing, but fear is only for a moment. I mean, I imagine they'd have got to act together. After that initial reflex of run and hide, I'm sure they would have grabbed their guns and defended themselves. But, danger is everywhere. So anyway, yeah, grizzly bears and I do not, we're never going to be friends. That's not going to happen. Hey, I'm about to go on a great adventure. Yeah, life is about adventures, Christine. And you'll never have adventures if you're scared. You got to get out. You got to get out, have adventures. Actually, Danger is the last name of a band called Harvey Danger. Okay. All right. Well, maybe Harvey realized that danger is a thing. Hey, Mark Kutchuk. Good morning. Good morning, Lynn. Good day, dear ones. Oh, goodness gracious. See, look, now I felt this is what I'm telling you. This is the point. I know you didn't see it. I'm going to tell you. This is the point. Look, I'm here, my feet. Y'all see my feet right here? Those are my feet. They don't belong to nobody else. And a fly landed on this foot. So I was going to take this foot and scratch the back of that leg right there. And you know what's on the front of this foot that was there like a few minutes ago? Cholla cactus with the reverse barb. And I know that there's still some barbs in that shoe. And I almost cried. That's why I said flies are the most dangerous thing out here. It's like they almost know. It's weird. It's like they almost know how to get you. I see y'all sharing the video. Well, thank you so much. That's nice. You have to share it because they're going to take it down. That's what they always do. I will never say what's on television. I have no advertisers. So there's no way I'll ever say anything outside of what is coming together in my brain. But anyway, my contemplation today: we are drowning in information, are starving for wisdom. Yes, Gerard speaks transparent, natural wisdom. Gerard speaks what nature says and what other wise people say. So it's not even a Gerard. Gerard just parrots. And talking to yourself in the third person is a thing. But you ain't got no choice out here when you're by yourself in the middle of the wild. You got to talk to yourself. But natural wisdom. That's the thing, Lynn. Natural wisdom, right? Something that is in balance with the ecosystem, in balance with the universe and nature. If it's not in balance, if it's not sustainable, throw it away. If it's not a part of permaculture, permanent culture, it's not in balance, throw that stuff away. And people are injecting things in their body in mass that are obviously not in balance with nature. And it's a scary time. In terms of, for those people, I'm scared for them. I'm not scared for me. I'm not really worried about what they do. I have a natural immune system. I eat natural foods for the most part. I'm strong. You know what, Lynn? I'll be honest with you. You know, I had no idea how strong I had no freaking idea how strong mentally and physically my body is, spiritually, to come and just drop everything and move out here. Yo, I think that you are stronger than you think you are. That's what I think. I don't think it's me. I think it's us. I think it's whatever we are. We manifest that. I think we're all a hell of a lot stronger than what the television or what billionaires or what industries say that we are. And that's a part of natural wisdom. We adapt to environments. Different dangers for different environments. Yeah, there you go, Patrice. You just know the dangers in your environment. You learn how to stay away from them. You learn how to adapt, and you ain't got to be scared. But people don't like to adapt. They don't want to know the fears, right? They don't want to see the censored information. They just want to go along with what they believe, their religion, right? See, that's them. And that's the thing. And oh, goodness gracious. And I don't want to get back into religion, but see, the problem with me when I was young, because we were, there's that whole little Bible drama that's going on right now with my friends, is I wasn't scared to question my religion. I wasn't scared at all. I wanted to know the truth. I had no interest in what the preacher wanted to say, what the minister, what my parents wanted to say. I want to know what's true. I ain't got time to waste. Patrice, like I said, I paid good tickets to be on earth. I have no time to waste with you and your ignorance. If you don't want to look up the history of the Bible and actually realize there's no such thing as a Bible, that's on you, right? You can run, start a church, start a religion. You can do anything you want, but you ain't never gonna have me involved in it because I have no interest, right? You got a religion based in Ovaltine to get donuts, and you want to, start a religion, get me following, go along with you. No, now if you don't want to look at the censored science, you ain't saying nothing to me. I see what you're doing, right? You about that bullshizzle, and I got too many friends about the bullshizzle in too many ways, and I'm fine with it. Go on with it, have some fun, live in your world, your fantasy world, because you don't want to know what's true. I need to know what's true. So I looked into that Bible and I realized, oh my God, these are just a few scriptures and millions that I'll never see because they burned up in the Library of Alexandria, and millions of scriptures that made it into other books that I need to read. Because all I care about was true. Just be very careful about people who don't want to know what's true. They just want you to follow them. They want you to go along with them. Be very careful of people like that. Be very careful of industries like that. Billionaires and governments like that, oligarchs like that. Anybody that's censoring information from you, they don't like you. All right. They're not your friend. They're not your anything that you should be affiliated with. Right. They're creating a fantasy world where you won't actually see the real danger. Nah, I'd have some fear if I was with y'all. Yeah, if I was with some ignorant group like that, yeah, I'd have some fear. I would, because you can't see the danger. You don't know what the danger is because you don't know what the science is, because you don't know what the reality is in the moment, best as we know it, because it's being hidden from you. Nothing is safe. Y'all being played. Well, I think, yep, see that we just said there ain't nothing safe. Ain't nothing safe. Ain't nothing safe. Drugs are truer. I'm not sure what that means, Sita. If you mean, so I guess we got to define it, right? Let's go back to the way I define it. There's medicine and then there's drugs, right? And it's relative, right? It's relative based on you, right? Based on you. I ain't no doctor. I don't play no doctor. And even if you was going to give me a free doctor licenses and I can go make $180,000 a year being a doctor, I tell you, you can stick it up your butt. I have no interest in doctoring, right? It's an ignorant practice that needs to be fixed and sent back to what it used to be, which is healing, not doctoring. But for me, medicine is what heals my body. What heals my body in my relative way that I found out based on my DNA, the problems I have, how I was born, and based on what I eat and the lifestyle I live, nature heals everything in me. Nature has a solution for everything. I'm a part of a natural ecosystem and it heals my body. I feel it naturally for the most part, and it heals naturally. So to me, medicine is things that grow out of the ground. Everything that's medicine for me has roots. All right. Then nothing else is medicine. Then drugs is something different. Drugs is when and medicine is in that natural compound, in a natural form, not being condensed and increased in potency. That is a drug. All right. So you can make drugs from nature. Right. You can take those things and concentrate them and dry them and, make a poultice or something. That's a drug. Okay. I'm good with that. But then you have synthetic drugs, right? You got natural drugs, then you got synthetic drugs. And I stop at natural drug. And the reason why I do is because my body understands food medicine and it understands natural medicine. It has no idea what synthetic medicine is, right? It is an alien compound, never existed on this planet. None of my epigenetics nor DNA evolved to have any of that anywhere in my body. All right? So, and that's my process. You know, I will eat as healthy as I can because that's medicine. But I mess up, y'all. I had me some cupcakes last night. I'm gonna tell you, I tell you the real truth. I ate me some comorbidity cupcakes, and I might get pulled into the comorbidity demic, except for the fact that I eat too healthy and I live a human lifestyle. And unfortunately, there are only a few places in this world that's even allowed, or a few places in my country where that's even allowed. And I happen to live in one of the counties where you can live a human lifestyle, mostly. And if the food fails me, because I ate too many cupcakes, all right, well, I'm gonna go to the natural medicine, right, and let that heal, and that always takes care of it. And very rarely do I go to that level, but I'm also not ignorant. Right? If I have an extreme problem that comes from genetics or because they poison the air and they poison the food and they got glyphosate and pesticide, yeah, I'll do a synthetic drug. I just haven't had to do one in like 15 years. You know, no headache medicine, cough syrup, stuff like that. I have no interest in that. You know, but if I had to, I would. I'm not going to die, right? It's technology. It's just a tool. You know, I'm not anti to it. It's a tool. There's a time and a place for everything. So what I say to that, Sita, is what's what's true for you in the moment for you. You know, which is probably the ignorant thing about living in a time where millions of people think that they can dictate what is a drug and what is medicine and what you got to put in your body. The literal definition of supremacy and privilege and authoritarianism. And people are clapping for it. But I think it's going to fail, Sita, so I'm not even worried about it. I'm not scared of that. I don't fear that at all. Again, I'm out here in sandals and my flip-flops. Now, mind you, I'm armed, so, you know, I'm not stupid. You know, I know what's out here. Yeah, actually, no, I take that back. I don't know what's out here. I got a good idea what's out here. So I make sure I'm prepared. I know what danger is, you know, but I'm not going to let fear. I'm not going to go hide and stay in the structure I sleep in. Nah, I'm going to get out and I'm going to enjoy my day. And if something's going to get me, it's going to get me. You know, you got to adjust sometimes, right? Like New York. That's why people are fleeing the state. I had to flee Pennsylvania. You got to flee Jersey and different places. Why? California. Because you can't live as a human there. You have to live as a slave. And we probably live as a slave everywhere, but everyone's got their limit, you know? And when you realize, like, damn, I see where y'all are going. You're crazy. I'm not going to live in fear. I'm not going to let you decide how I live my lifestyle. And for me, mostly wasn't even me. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'll be... I'm not totally 100% the hippie that I put off that I am. Okay, I'm not really that guy. I'm y'all listen. I'm gonna try to tell you. I was raised in the Washington D.C. area, and I was the youngest child and probably the most ignorantly violent one of the mix. Right? I tried to fight everybody. I tried to fight my father once. That ended very interestingly, by the way. My father was in the military. That man was still running damn marathons with one lung by the time he died. Nah, by the time the pharmaceutical industry and the military industrial complex killed him, but that's another story. I guess I was about 13 or 14. Did I tell that story before? Like, man, I ain't your slave. I ain't your monkey. You know, I stood up to him. Every young man has to do it. I remember my son did it to me. And you just got to make sure that you try to get them to stand up to you. Well, maybe not all sons do it. Most of them do it, I think. Just make sure when they do it, you got it. Make sure you got it, brother. Hey, do not let that child push you around. Don't do it. And that's a call for a lot of y'all got kids in places that you're not fathering. You got to father your kids. You got to father. If you don't father them at least up to 13 and 14, you're going to lose them. I stood up to him. I ain't your monkey, you know, and that man, and thank God he built the house. Thank God he built our house because he knew exactly where all the studs were. He needed to show me a few things. Well, one, he's bigger, stronger. I was almost his height. And he also needed to show me he's wiser too. And he needed to show he loved me. Cause y'all, he picked me up and he put me through a layer of sheetrock and not through a stud. Cause he built the house. He knew exactly where all the studs were. His mind very quickly, in the moment I stood up, made a calculation because he was a mathematician too. I need to put this man, this little man, through the wall, but I don't want him to hit a stud. So he showed me love too. So he picked me. He picked me. All I heard was, and there's all this white powder was all in my hair and my face and stuff. I had a half. Well, I didn't have a half roll. I had a high top fade back then. I just remember, like in the mirror upstairs, I was like trying to get all the dust or sheetrock out my hair. You know, I'm not even sure why I told that story. Right, fathering. You know, one day your kids will stand up to you. You got to be a parent. You always got to be a parent. Mother, father, no matter where you got a parent. And I get some people can't do it physically in person. Well, I mean, so why I fled? Why I fled is because I'm a father. That's why I fled. And I need to make sure that my kids have a place in case the ignorant, scared people actually redesign what it's like to live in this country. And if it weren't for them, that's why I told that story. If it weren't for them, no, I'd be locking down, getting ready to fight. I'm not a fleer. I'm not a runner. And I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a big part of me that ain't no damn hippie. Nah, I grew up fighting. I had to fight all the damn time. You had to. I went to school with kids from Southeast DC. Every day was a fight. Every day, like there was an orchestrated fight in the locker room every day at gym, every single day. Right? You know, not orchestrated in terms of, you know, we weren't trying to kill each other, but you know, this is boxing. This is, you know, this is fighting is what you're supposed to do. Getting slammed in the lockers. That's just what you're supposed to happen. I'm not this hippie, y'all. You know, but to a degree, I've put that evolutionary environment evolved person in a very dark box. And, you know, I know there's a monster in there. I know some monster inside of me. Don't get me wrong. I do part, and every now and then he'll whisper to me that he wants a civil war. He thrive. He would love to unleash all the violence he has in him. I don't know where I got it from. Might be a previous life, y'all. Might be that I could have been a real bad dude in a previous life. I don't know. But I'm wise enough now to know that when I surround myself with people of love, and I surround myself with loving things and good environments and people who are encouraging me, helping me understand myself, that darkness doesn't come out. You know, I can turn the other cheek. And every now and then somebody will try to test you. But I think if you're wise with where your life is going, it should be going in a more peaceful direction. It should be going more in a conflict-less direction. And this is why you got to be careful with people that enjoy conflict, like we talked about yesterday in drama. You got to avoid those people. Those people are going to try to take you back. They're going to try to get you to backslide into who you used to be. And you just have to just walk on. Let childish people do childish things. I mean, they're on their level, you know, and it's not a bad thing. It's just, you know, I think we used to all be that. But, you know, there are a lot of children walking around in adult costumes and you can't get pulled into their drama because they're trying to pull that negativity back out of you. So I'm very careful about who I let around me and who's in my circles. Good brother on here. And it's weird. I don't know how you meet. I don't know how I met the guy. I have no damn idea. I tell you this, though. He reminds me more of me than me. You know, and it's interesting because he's like a real intellectual brother that just makes really silly pictures on the internet. He can identify himself if he wants to. I don't really care. But the way he self-examines is so deep. It's a privilege to be a friend of his because he's actually helping me to understand myself better from how he examines him. It's the craziest thing. It's a crazy thing. But, you know, I think that's where you probably can go in life if you start focusing on high quality friendships, right? High quality, you know, you make sure that the people in your circle are people who you can actually trust. Trust for everything, right? You know, I know, I'd say before I started messing around on social media too deep, not, you know, messing around in MySpace, I probably had 3 or 4 real friends in this world. And by real friend, I mean somebody that loves you. droplets. All right. It's glyphosate in the coffee, y'all. I told y'all that's mucus. It's a natural thing. Inflammation is not bad. It's supposed to group up around the things it can't destroy so it can be expelled from your body. If that offends anybody, I'm sorry. Grow up, get over it. I probably had 3 or 4 real friends. Like, no matter what was going on with me, I could pick up the phone and say, I need your help. And they would be there. Right. I'm almost getting misty eyed just thinking about those people, right? That I can actually say, I need you. And they'll be there. Some of those people, I never had to say, I need you. They just knew. And they showed up. Right. Now that I've been messing around and finding high quality people on high quality spirits, we'll say it that way, online, and I'm very limited of who I let close to me. I'm very guarded. There might be 8 to 10 people who they already anticipate the things that I need. I don't know how they do it. And I know if I picked up the phone, no matter the time of day or night, they would be there. And that's an amazing thing. That's how your life should be, people, because of danger. Because of danger. And that way you never have anything to fear, because now you've got a tight circle of people who are critically thinking. They're not creating fantasies. They're not in cults where they censor information from themselves because they just want to do what the government says and just get an Ovaltine. You know, they just want to believe this religion because they can tell other people what to do. And when you got real, seriously, critically thinking friends and people around you in your circle close that love you, you're safe on this planet. Doesn't mean you don't die, but you're safe. All right, anyway. Drugs are so passe. Trauma is the new high. It's surpassing the spot effing Olympics. It is, because trauma is how you control people. Nothing is right, Cedar. Nothing is about money. It's not about money. They print the money. I don't give 2 damns about the money. You know, anybody who's still like really pressed about money is lost in this, right? They literally print the money. That's why, to me, Labor Day is a joke. Everything is about control. They want to control where you go, what you do, when you do it, how you do it, when you do it, when you're coming back, how many babies you have, who can impregnate you, because you know that's coming, who gets to go to certain cities, because that's what the social credit score, that's coming. Everything is about making Earth the perfect slave plantation. And they're trying to use big business, big chemical companies, which are pharmaceutical companies, to actually roll that out. They're trying to make a global police state, the perfect plantation of free labor. And to me, if you ask me, I think it has to do with aliens. So, but, you know, we won't go there. What was that? Jesse Halley came in. I just saw the thing. It flagged down. Like, yeah, man, if y'all don't follow Jesse Halley, you need to follow him. I was watching you yesterday, brother, with the doctor from the UK. I think he's a doctor, isn't he? He's always on Big Tree. Y'all, I don't know how you line up these interviews, Jesse, but it is very clear that your space and our family is bringing big names that do big things and doing interviews. If y'all don't follow that brother, you need to. He's knocking out the big interviews, big time interviews. The people who a long time ago, long before this new trauma fear-demic, told us how the world worked. People that were just a little more in tune. Ooh, goodness gracious. See, the fly landed on me and I scratched my ankle with my shoe that had the cholla cactus on it. I survived though. I think I did. Those things, reverse barbs, are dangerous. Anyway, he's driving by example to the fake permacults for the breeder reboot 2.0, alpha male, machos and primitive squishy. Oh, vagina. Whoa, hey, hard. These Rosicrucians got you good. I don't know. See, I'm not sure if you were talking about me on that one. I would say yes. Let's pretend you're talking about me, even if you're not. Just because there was another sister who said that about me. That nature's a scam, permaculture is a scam, sustainability is a scam. It's a part of Agenda 2030. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I'm gonna tell that narrative the same thing that I told the sister that said that on Facebook, and that is, see. Darkness will always mimic the light. That is the only way it survives, right? The left will always say just enough what's true to get people to agree and go along with them. And the right will always say darkness will always mimic just enough what is true to fool you. So you had people who created permaculture, and I forgot the brother's name. He might have been from Australia. I forgot his name. He wrote a book, Bill Morrison, right? Bill Morrison. And he realized that we live in an ecosystem and that when you do things that are permanent, that you don't damage the ecosystem, right? It just balances out and everything gets recycled and everything is even keel. And so he created this whole idea of permanent culture, permaculture, living in sync with the planet and nature. Billionaires saw that coming a mile away. Oh, hell no. We can't start wars. We can't blow things up. We can't keep building unsustainable stick buildings. And we can't keep poisoning the population, getting them to buy drugs because they're sick. If they actually apply the principles of permaculture to their body, their gardening, their farming, their building, right? Permanent culture is permanent culture. There's ignorant culture and permanent culture. We've been in ignorant culture. So what do? Is they look at what actually works and they mimic it. And that's Agenda 2030. And that's what CETA is talking about, if this is the right comment and where you're going with that. So you either agree that nature's a scam and permaculture is a cult, or you realize that we do need to live in sync with the planet and we don't need to be driven, right? We don't need to follow. And this is what I think where CETA is going with that, is that if you start to worship the people who start talking about this thing, if you start to follow them instead of using your own mind and critically thinking, then you will become, then you're weak, right? Because then you're drivable and you're guidable. And this gets back to Julian Assange, right? And this is my position, has always been on Julian Assange. Look at people's actions and behaviors. Don't worship them. Everybody has a limit in which that will make them sell out. You can't follow anybody. This is why you can't have any leaders and followers, because you can have a very solid principle like permanent culture, living from within permanent culture. No, conflicts are not permanent culture. Black lives matter, white lives matter. And I started to say the other day, they're not permanent cultures. They are means of conflict, right? That's not permanent. It's not sustainable, right? You will never be sustainable in fighting from within your family. You're all cousins around this planet, 7 billion of them. So they keep giving us these ideas based on a little bit of truth to get us to do unsustainable things because they need an unsustainable, unbalanced world based in ignorant temporary culture to continue to profit and gain power. So it seems that some people have gotten lost in that and they think that permanent culture is attached to Agenda 2030 and they're clueless. Unfortunately, clueless. Need to read more. That's what it is. You need to read more and you need to understand the ecosystem from within, with what you live within, and the principles of permanent culture and how that actually is not unrelated to blockchain, right? But again, that requires doing research, right? Not just listening, but it requires actually doing research and then having a critically thinking brain to understand, well, if we continue to do this, where will this end up? Is this permanent? Okay, if it's not, we're not going to do it. And that's where the next generation needs to be. They need to be focused on permanent culture, because the politicians always got some bullshit. Leaders always got bullshit. People are always corruptible, right? Look at what people say and ask yourself, is that a permanent solution? Can we do this permanently without destroying people or the planet or ecosystems? And if the answer is yes, then maybe it's a good idea. I'm not gonna say it's a good idea. I'll say maybe it's a good idea. But if it is a temporary, stick some duct tape on something to try to fix something, to try to help some people out, to help something in it, don't waste your time with it. All right. We need to be solutioners. We are stewards of the planet. We're supposed to be, but we got lost in this ignorant stuff. All right. We're gods in development. We are, Christine, and gods don't do imperfect systems, right? They don't do temporary culture. They don't do ignorant culture. They do permanent ecosystem culture at all times. Just humans at the circus. Yeah, we are humans at the circus. There's a whole bunch of clowns around here, Mark. Don't ever get lost messing with no damn clowns. They're on their own level. They're learning what they need to learn. There is no you, meaning there is no ego. There is no you, meaning there is no you. Right. There's a fantasy thing that we developed called ego, right? Because we were separated from the whole and we were placed here. And we create this fantasy thing called the self, which isn't real. We're all connected. We're all one. We're all a part of the same energy, but we're divided up to be here for something that, I guess a lot of people think that they know. I don't personally know. I'm not going to pretend I know. But the conflict is to get you to focus on yourself versus the whole. And I think people who do really think about it and realize we are a part of a whole, we all are just one, they make oneness decisions. They attach to oneness. They have a oneness driven lifestyle, or at least they try to. And there are others who stay focused in that narcissistic, sociopathic self, right? The ego. It's about me. It's about what I can do. I'm strong. I'm smart. I'm this. I'm that. You're not. I'm correct. You're wrong, right? That childishness that indicates those who might talk spirituality, but they're spiritually immature. And so you just see it though, Patrice, and you keep moving, except that everybody's on the level that they're at. Remember, if they drone Ecker, or is that drone strike? What do you mean there? Drone or Urkel? They can bio drone a scorpion, sweet dreams. I'm not sure I understand what that means, Sita. But yeah, everybody can be drone, and maybe I'm Urkel in this scenario. Which is true. I'm definitely a geek. There's no question about that. I just gave up my pocket protector, my glasses, and my eyes are getting better actually. And I don't need to write because I have a smart pad. Anyway, they can drone strike anyone. So and see, so this gets back to fear versus danger. I'm not scared of a drone strike. Why would I be scared of a drone strike? Why would I care? Hang on, I got to put this down real quick. Why would I care about a drone strike? Why would I care if they take my life? Like, and this is, again, this gets back to the understanding, people who actually understand reincarnation and people who pretend, right? If you know that you're not actually here, that you're just energy, you have nothing to fear but fear itself. Right? Because they can't kill you. You're going to be back. All you're going to do is change forms, go to another dimension, whatever, and come back as somebody else or go to another planet, whatever dimension, I don't know, heaven, whatever people want to call it. I'm fine with. The only thing to fear is fear itself. And if you're scared of drone strikes, you'll never be of any effect to anybody. You'll never help anyone else, and you never help yourself. You can't be scared of anything. You can't be scared of air. You can't be scared of death. You can't be scared of drone strikes. You can't be scared of, they're going to take my house and my car. They're going to do. You have to live an authentic life, and you will never do that if you're driven by fear, right? As long as you're driven by fear, the fear is the shackle that drives this slave plantation, and it goes along with debt, right? In that scenario, debt is a side effect, right? People are scared of not having money, so they'll do anything the government or corporations or oligarchs, banks that print the money tell them to do. They're scared of living in a trailer park. They're scared of living in the ghetto or buried. They're scared of not having any money. And so fear drives their decision. And this is why I'm saying that, we don't flip this thing really quickly. Everybody is still, and need the Rockefellers in that world. They're all going to get the Ovaltine. They're all going to get the donuts. They're all going to do precisely what they're going to get the chip. You can post about that stuff all you want. If we don't flip this prior, if we don't gain more independence and get more people out of being dependent on this system, they're going to get everybody to do everything they want to, because it's all about control and fear. And a lot of people still have fear. You can't be fearful for your life, Sita. That's my point. You can't be fearful. You got to be willing to give your life. I give my life twice. I'm ready. Hey, y'all watching me? Half the NSA is good people, half of them are foul, half the FBI good people, half the Homeland Security, and you don't know which half is got the finger on the button. All right, drone strike me, damn it, go on. Look, you want to know where I'm at? I'll show you where I'm at. Look, see, this is my camp right here. See, they got recognition software. They can recognize every single mountain. They know precisely where I'm at. There you go. You got a full panoramic scan all the way around. Precisely, and they don't need that because they know where I'm at anyway. They can just hone in on this cell phone broadcast. Get me, come on, get me, devils, come on. Where the devils at? Bring them. Anytime you're ready. I'm ready at any time. I'm a spiritual creature. I'm a God. I will come back and haunt you and everybody that you know. I ain't scared of y'all. I ain't scared of nothing. I don't have time for that. Too old for fear, Sita. I'm too old for fear. I don't have time for nonsense. People who try to scare me, all they're gonna get is a fight back. That's all they're gonna, and they can have whatever fight they want. Whatever. We have spiritual fight, mental fight, physical fight. What kind of fight you want? Just bring it to me. And I'm not worried about it. You know, you can't live in fear about anything. And sometimes it does mean that you got to prepare yourself so you have nothing to be fearful of. And in being willing to give up your life for the right causes and the right things and the right people in the next generation, to me, that's a spiritual prep. You know, there's a lot of people who are talking out here, but they're dead spiritually, which is why they're still scared. Anyway, good morning, Annette. All right, I'm gonna try to do comments quickly because I do got to go. I'm on 24% power. A line of those little cactuses might be a good snake deterrent. I'm not sure, Sampson. You or somebody has to research. I don't think snakes give two damns about cactuses. I could be wrong. I know they don't like sulfur. They don't like small particles and metals and pesticides, which are just like little dust that get trapped underneath their scales. I know they don't like stuff like that. The cactuses, what I was thinking about doing is actually just putting them on out on the borderline, you know, and if I just take all the horrible, worst cactus and put them all along the border, that's going to limit, you know, how many people come in and where, but there are already enough of them, you know. I mean, for somebody to come out here in the daytime to test me, oh my God, that's a bad idea. That's one of my brothers. Like I said, he took care of me. Oh, I can tag you from a distance. That's a bad idea. You should be invited if you want to come see me. And if you want to come out here at nighttime, you're crazy as hell. This is the most dangerous place at nighttime. You know, I'll come out at night because I know where I'm walking and I know where I'm going. But you come out here at nighttime, this is not the place to be. There's a million ways to kill you from Sunday out here. But for snake deterrent, I have a snake fence. I got a big mouth, Sampson, and the big mouth protects me. The wind turbine, like I mentioned, I mean, that chases snakes away because of the vibration. It's always spinning. It's always generating power, or 90% of the time. And snakes avoid it. So, you know, you'll get the occasional rogue snake that doesn't get it. And that's what I got the other night. He didn't come back last night, right? They're just traveling through, you know. Snakes are territorial like anything else. So I'm not worried about snakes. I'm not. The height of worry, right, or the height of concern right now is flies for me. Hey, good morning, Marianne. Flies are like the little agents distracting us. Yes, and they're good, Erica. They know when to distract us. They're horrible, horrible. They're the worst thing out here. Hey, Patrice, listen to Alan Watts. I love Alan Watts. Alan Watts nails it a lot. I don't always totally agree with him, but he nails a lot that's very powerful. Anybody who wants to start to get introduced to spirituality and better how the world works, Alan Watts is a great place to start. But me personally, I had to start in the church. I had to see, look at this. They don't even care. They know I'm trying to do something. And they're like, no personal space. Like, I don't know. I get annoyed by that, Eric. Cause like, that's my face, man. Look, and you got a face. You need to deal with your. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring a fly swatter out here. But also, I'm gonna make a desk and a little bit of a tent out here out of this corner H brace, so I can sit and relax. And you know, maybe I'll screen it in. You know, I get distracted, right? I'm trying to have a quick talk so I can get to work, and they're very distracting. Let go and be dragged. Drama. Yep. Well, people get dragged in. I think, Mark, you got to get good at not getting dragged in. You got to get good at just like looking people and diagnosing them, you know, or not diagnosing them, diagnosing their intent. And when you see that their intent is to try to pull you into some childish bullshizzle, then you just walk away. Make yourself useful. No place for drama. There you go. Don't give. If you don't give it no room, it won't be in your life. And eventually, those people will just go away. They realize, yeah, I can't pull him or her into my bullshizzle. So I'm gonna go find some weak people I can pull into nonsense. Hate men. Oh, I got my MS and no patience for that. Oh, okay. Hey, well, then that's what you're supposed to do. It took me a minute. I had to think about it. Well, and that for some dead die, you know, I'm not gonna claim I understand that, you know, and that'll get me in trouble. But I will say that is a consistent thing, that when you go through that, it tends to make you a little more annoyed by a lot of things. I was married once, and men should have a little respect for that. You know, like how they are when they're sick. Men, when we're sick, we're babies. We're just, my tummy hurts, you know. and just accept that that's what's going on with that person. You love that person. Yeah, they're gonna be a little annoyed with you. They're not gonna like your breath, your face. You're too short. You're not strong enough, and all of these things. And you say, all right, well, I know that this comes and then it goes, and it is a beautiful sickness though. Don't, I'm not associating that with sickness. I'm associating that with loving somebody and understanding that they go through things and they're going through something, and you can either be there for them or you can be ignorant and it just completely ignore the whole biology of the situation and just fight like you normally do. Typical marriages. And that's one of the reasons I'm not too big on marriage. Not too big. I don't know if we're even evolved yet for that type of thing, but I won't go into that. And reverse it the other way. Women got to have more respect for biology in men, right? Men are what men are, right? We're the male of every species on the planet chases the woman. That's what they do. Why? Because if they didn't, these species wouldn't exist. One species has to be attuned to that, right? Otherwise, we don't propagate. And the only way that we knew to propagate is that thing, whatever that is. It has to give you some sort of endorphin response. It's got to feel great or whatever. And so you can say, oh, well, all men are dogs if you want to. You can be ignorant. That's your choice. And I'm not saying that's you. I'm just saying in general. It's just biology, right? Men are driven towards that thing. So you get a man and you start, oh, Lord Jesus, what is that? Oh, my God. Oh, okay. All right. I think we're good. I think that was an ant. It was red, had big old wings and stuff. Texas got the weirdest bugs. Y'all got, there might be an alien. What if aliens were bugs and we didn't know? Anyway, no, just respect that, you got that man or got that husband and, biologically they all got that need. Well, you can either respect that and work with that, or you can fight and try to change them. No, you're not going to get any for a week. All right, you can do that if you want to. There's a reason why all these divorces are happening and they say men cheat. I hate to tell you that, but the same way they need to respect your biology and have more empathy for that. You probably need to respect theirs, not you, Marianne. I'm saying in general. We're indoctrinated to hate each other. We're indoctrinated to not make room for each other. We're indoctrinated to hate each other's biology. It's a form of racism to a degree, geneism or whatever you want to call it, genderism, But if you don't have the patience for somebody during that cycle, and you don't have the patience for somebody who 2-3 times a week, they married you, they got into a relationship with you, whatever. And they've said, you are the only person on this planet that can have this intimate thing with me, period, end of story. You should think about the depth of that to me. That's what I think. Think about the depth of that life statement, right? Assuming that they actually meant it. It means that they're willing to just bypass everything else, bypass a lot of that genetics and biology that make them want to spread that seed everywhere and just focus on you. To me, that is an honor to me, I think, And by the same token, a woman like, all right, well, let's get married, whatever, be in a relationship, have a baby. You're the only one that can come anywhere near, blah, 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 blah. That's an honor. I think maybe people should think of those things more of as an honor than the indoctrinated way we think of them as irritating. All right. So I'm not even sure if I was on point on that one, Marianne. I'm going to duck away from that topic because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't do trouble. I have thoughts. Like I was telling someone the other day, I come here for thoughts. I come here because I can dump my raw thoughts on some of my deepest friends and they can help me tweak and they say things and I say things and we get smarter from it. I don't come here for drama. I don't come here for, nonsense. It's not a dating site for me, nothing like that. I have raw thoughts and I got a lot of people who can help tweak those thoughts or confirm those thoughts. Anyway, understanding and learning how the men work. So yeah, Kim, I'm sorry. I'm gonna skip past that because yep. Still love men. Okay. There you go. I just don't want one. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, Kim. Yeah, hey, listen, I don't want a man either. We got a lot in common, Kim. And there's nothing wrong with it. I think you have to be just honest with who you are and the space that you're in and the time that you're in. And just be honest. Like, I don't want that right now. I don't want it tomorrow. I doubt I want it next week, but I don't know. We'll see in a few months. But honesty with yourself is very important. Hey, Alexander, good morning. Oh, it's been a minute. I ain't seen you around here in a minute. Anyone got that movie? Yeah, everybody watching TV gonna get it. Yes, Alexander. Everybody watching TV gonna get it. They all gonna get it. Why? Because of mirror neurons and a nocebo effect. They're telling everybody they're gonna get it, so they're scared, and their body's gonna mimic and create those symptoms. That's what hypochondriacism is. If you want to investigate mirror neurons, people, please do it. Alex is a brother that he's off grid, not too far from here, down in Arkansas. I'd ended up somewhere close to him, but I grew up in Arkansas, and I kind of grew up there. Spent my summers there. I'm not big on the mosquitoes down there. I kind of like Texas mosquitoes. You know, maybe in the wet areas they got bigger, nastier ones, but the ones in Arkansas, oh Lord Jesus, whoo! I ain't scared of them. I recognize the very real danger they present. Yeah. No, brother, Alexander and I, we go back. We go back. We saw this coming, and we shared notes. I'm not gonna say who he worked for, and he knew that he had to get away, and he got away, and he went and found himself a freer lifestyle. I did the same thing, and and that's what I'm saying. That's why my interest is being around people who can identify a threat and respond to that threat and do something about it. You know, that critical thinking. And he's just one physically like me that could actually physically move off grid, not financially move off grid and a bunch of other stuff. The truth. All right, that's good. Patrice got a link. Live your life. If you're not living your life, Annette Martinez, you're living somebody else's. And I don't think a lot of folks understand that. And that's what fear is. Fear is used to control you, to get you to live the life they want you to live. And that's what all abusers do. There is no difference between a white t-shirt, wife beater guy, abuser, abusing a woman, trying to create a reality for her so he can have the lifestyle he wants, and what they're saying on television, on the news, right? They're creating a reality for their advertisers, so their advertisers and the billionaires who own those companies, those supremacists and those great privileged ones, can have the slave plantations they want. You know, you got to live your life, and it means you got to be willing to give it up, you know, and when you're willing to give it up, they go away. You know, they don't want to kill nobody. They just want to control everybody. Dylan, follow leaders, watch your parking meters. My favorite saying. All right, sounds good to me. Good morning, Ivana. How are you doing this morning? Don't need a weatherman to know which way the wind blows. No, you don't. And I don't even have one out here, Alexander. Hopefully you got one over where you at, brother. I ain't got one. The towns that are close to here are so far that whatever their weather is, it's not mine. I always have a very different weather. So I watch the clouds, I watch the mountain, I check the wind. You know, when it's raining, down upwind from where the wind is blowing, I'll smell there's a smell out here that the wet soil makes. And I think it might be even wet cactuses. I'm not sure, but I pick up on it. And I know that's when I know it's about to rain. So I start putting out my rain tarps. I collect so much rainwater out here, Alexander, it's ridiculous. I'm probably about 1/3 of the way of building the cob house, and the entire cob house right now is being built by rainwater. I didn't use one drop of, the city or hauled water. It's just it rains so much. I just use it. In building cob houses, it takes an awful lot of water. They don't have predators in Australia besides crocodiles. Ivana, that's fake news, girl. That's 100. I just shoot. Australia got everything. They got everything. They may not have the big mammals because of where they were. They got ants that are 12 inches long. They got big dragonflies. They got massive mosquitoes. Just do a search, Ivana, for Australia predators, Australia bugs, and you'll see how everything is bigger there. Everything is bigger there. And they used to have that big monster monitor lizard the size of a Volkswagen bus. Nah, the size of a a school bus. And they're indigenous people, Aborigines, who talk about how it's still there. Yeah, I'm not doing Australia. That's off-grid Australia. Nope, I don't think I'm that hard. You know, my body might think it is. I don't think I can off-grid in Australia. They got and them crocodiles is pretty nasty. And the kangaroos ain't no joke either. If you look at them kangaroo muscles, them kangaroos, boy, they scratch the hell out of you and beat the hell out of you and steal your porridge. I don't know. All right. And the most poisonous snake species. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they do. They do. They got that black mama and a bunch of other ones. And it says black, so you know it's nasty. All right, bear just trying to give them long, uncomfortable hugs. Yes, and then after the long, uncomfortable hug, they fit you inside of their belly. And I'm about the right size to fit inside of a big brown bear's belly, so I don't have any interest in brown bears. Dangers put us in the now. We are never the same. Yeah, it does. Danger is it's very important to recognize danger, but very important to never have fear. And you got to live in the now. The future does not exist and the past is gone. All you have is right now. Slavery is calling. Catch you later. All right. Yeah, me too. Well, not really. To a degree. I don't know. Slavery to the things that I want. Slavery to the things that I like. I'm excited to get this house done. And yeah, I don't know. For me, it's kind of like a family thing too. All my uncles built houses, built their own houses. So I want to. That's my goal, is to build my own. All right. The episode of Gerard is brought to you by You're by Fraser. Okay, Beaufont, you got it, brother. I know if I say it slower, well, I'm sure it made sense when you said it, but I'm probably about 20 minutes behind the comments. I'm gonna try to speed it up and go. Time to create now. Yes, Jennifer, we have to create now. Insane. Someone I know just posted about denying hospital bed to undonated, Ovaltine people because of children is making me ill and angry, but not scared. And you should be angry, Deborah. Everybody should be angry. Anger is a very real emotion, which is important. You have a lot of ignorant people who are going along with the fear doctrine that are hurting a lot of children. To me, it's collusion with murder, if you ask me. You know, if you look at the VAERS database and realize that, what was it, 45, it was probably 50,000 now. People died from the fake censored science of the situation instead of what actually is going on. To me, it's collusion with murder. These people are horrible. You know, if you're going along with this narrative, I love you to death, but you're not a nice person. You're not a good person. You're not helpful at all. You're going along with a fear narrative based in censored information. And the shame is there are a lot of people who I used to respect that I almost have no respect for anymore. You know, because one, children are being abused and hurt, and adults are dying for politics and fear. And it's a crazy thing, Deborah, but I'm not going to touch that because then I'm going to get angry also. And I'm going to say things that I prefer not to say. Kool-Aid for all. Well, they drink the Kool-Aid, Mark. They drink the Kool-Aid, and there ain't nothing more dangerous right now than Kool-Aid drinkers. If you see them with that big fat jar of a Kool-Aid juice guy that just break down walls and your friends are with that man, avoid them. They're very dangerous people. You know, Nazi Germany makes a whole lot of sense to me now. I never really understood it till this started. And I realized how you can take somebody who's just functional. They got jobs and drive cars and raise kids, functional people. And through fear, make them the most dangerous, ignorant, armband strapping up morons for corporations possible. Although I will say this, though, is that there are less of them every day, Mark. Every day, more people are waking up to the truth. Nobody's falling into the fear. Every day, I don't see them, right? I don't see people on a daily basis saying, "Oh, I didn't used to be scared, but now I'm scared. I'm gonna do something stupid and make a decision based in fear. You know, I'm gonna join the other team." But every day, I see people like, you know what? Yeah, Gerard, you've been saying it, and some ain't right. Others, yeah, well, Gerard, you said go on and watch Big Tree, and I did, and some ain't right. Well, I'm starting to see now that I'm not sure this is a depopulation event, but they are damn sure willing to let a lot of people die to have captive customers and sell products. I'm sorry, I got distracted. It's a baby lizard. Nature does that to me. Everything that baby lizard is up to me, is more important than everything that's going on in the world. That's why I love being out here. I can sit there and watch them all day. They're free. I love watching free creatures do free things. I've been a slave my entire life. I love watching. I could just sit here and watch nature because what they do is meaningful. Like the sister said earlier, he's living his own life. And I guess it's just baby time. I'm seeing baby lizards everywhere. I'm hoping it ain't baby snake time. Maybe it is. But they're up and they're out of their dens and they're moving around and they're eating. but they don't move on fear, right? They do what they're supposed to do. They're living their lives. It's a beautiful thing. I'm sorry that distracted me. I'm always looking for something moving, because it's all beautiful. Even if it's a rattlesnake, the rattlesnakes, they live free. They Rattlesnakes are far more beneficial to the universe than what I've ever been. They are permanent culture. They are in sync with the ecosystem and they fit in. The human race does not. We can, but that really is a choice. Hey, Jay Hill, you rock. I'm not sure I do rock, but I listen to rock. Yesterday was what was yesterday? Vietnam. Shoot, if y'all have, you got some work to do. Going out there and put on YouTube, do a search for Vietnam best songs during the Vietnam era. Man, they made the best music. It's something about when y'all out there killing people, y'all make the best music. I was busting it up yesterday, Jay. Oh man, I was destroying them rocks yesterday. And I got a bad shoulder too, but it didn't really matter. I got that pickaxe and I was breaking boulders up. You get the right song, you can do anything. Because I don't actually have a bad shoulder, right? This is biology, right? We know through the placebo effect, you can heal anything you want. Like we create these conditions. And I'm not gonna get into it. It's just crazy. Like we manifest our problems. And I manifested a shoulder that, isn't 100%. Anyway, know yourself, best defense. Amen. Oh, that goes to hey, Harsh. How you doing, Harsh? Hey, Harsh. Is that Harsh? That's Harsh. Hey, Harsh, are you by yourself? You got somebody with you? All right, I'll stop. I'm not gonna go there. Woo, it's just good to see. It was good to see people get together, relationships, friendships, and just meet people. I know it's good. It's good to see. It's a great picture, Harsh. You and a good buddy of mine. Good to see. Absolutely. The stream is starting to get a little ranty. Yeah, it all beyond ranty, but that's where I'm about to go. Comorbidity cupcakes. Yep, they're comorbidity cupcakes. And if they said that on TV, people to stop eating them cupcakes. They stop their sugar addiction. If they listen to the cardiologist, this thing would have been over 2 years ago. But again, that's science and that's reality. People don't like science and reality. They want to eat their cupcakes and just listen to the television. Pokes Don Quixote with a stick. All right, you do. I thought you were. No, you're not Don Quixote. That's hard. Isn't that harsh? I don't know. Y'all got weird names on your other profiles. Healthy lifestyle, happy person. Yes, and you can do that. That's totally a choice. That movie has been in my head too recently, mainly the ending scenes. Heartless, I didn't finish it. If we're talking about the same thing, the Bruce Willis movie where he's fighting the aliens. I didn't see the end. I fell asleep. I left the laptop on, and it drained all my power last night. Thanks for sharing your journey. I'm doing the best I can, Jesse. Thanks for sharing your ability to not only capture some of the greatest minds of our time, greatest whistleblowers of our time, but to put them out in format on social media in a way that people can process their information. What you're doing is powerful, brother. Do not stop. Don't know how you're doing it. Don't care how you're doing it. Just keep rolling with it. You are helping a lot of people. And a lot of people are jealous of you. I'll speak on that for a minute. A lot of people are jealous of you. Don't pay it no mind. Don't pay it no mind. See, there are people who actually want to help, and there are people who just want to be popular. And so there are a lot of people who are jealous of you and your success of being able to do what they can't do. None of us can do. You can do it. Stick with people who love you. Stick with people who want the best for you. Stick with people and stick with people who truly value the words that come out of their mouth, not them just gaining popularity because they want to do something that they can't do that you can do. Your place in our community, brother, like I said, is bringing in powerful people. Keep bringing those people in. I'm behind you 2,000%. This segment of Gerard is brought to you by Dusty Smoothies. No, that's fake news. No, it's Dusty Coffee. Real talk. I was making my coffee because when I make the coffee with the Firebow font, it's like this drip thing that I got to use. I think it was made in France or something. It's a drip thing. I forgot the name of it. And so you drip the hot water over the coffee grinds. And I took out the coffee grinds and I had to make coffee over a fire in about a week or something like that. And it was just dirt all in there and rocks, dust and sand, things that blew in, dust. I sure enough made my coffee. I said, I got time to clean that out. I got to do a quick video and I got to get to work. I have zero interest in cleaning. This is Dusty Coffee, but it's healthy coffee. How much land did you buy down there? I don't like to talk about that, Paul. I used to. I don't. Is more land than what most people would ever be and want to deal with. It's more land than what I can deal with. I still haven't seen all of it, Paul. I'll leave it at that. It's enough to help. It was as much as I could get. We'll put it that way. As much as I could get, and I'm not giving it away on paper, but it's something that I was trying to explain. We need to buy land and give away the fruits of that land. We need to be stewards. And the only way to get Eden back to the level it used to be is we need to take the fruits of our labor, buy back things from banks and billionaires and people who think they can own nature and they can own land, and give it back to people in different ways. So, I would say I bought land back from the banks, and I'm doing everything I can to make sure I help as many people as possible who need it. Wait, did you say Kent State? And I don't know what y'all talking about. Well, as many, and I'll say that as many people, though, I'll do anything I can to feed dangerous people, but dangerous people won't come here. Because the people who are cultivating land are all nice people. So dangerous people, that's from a distance. Anyway, in all of us, yes, in all of us is love. But don't mess with me. Don't mess with him. That's a song back in the day. True. That's why loving mothers can change the most difficult child into loving human beings. Yeah, well, I think women are the key to this in a lot of ways, Christine, because there's something about being a creator and having a body that can make a human being. Women, just in general, in my opinion, some people won't like it, but I think they tend to have a little more empathy because they have the ability and they do make life. They have the functions for a greater degree of love, I think, than what those of us who cannot create life have. And so I think it's key when you talk about ending world wars and ending wars and conflicts. And, we're going to go bring you some democracy. No, they're going to go drop bombs on babies' heads, and those babies were birthed by mothers. I think if mothers really start to stand up, some amazing things can happen. Or not mothers, but women. It's the truth. Some people have such a high need for attention that they don't care. It's dysfunctional. Yeah, and that's where they are, Beaufont. I just, I'm doing my best to avoid those people. It's like, like you said, I've said it many times since you said it. How do you deal with narcissistic people and not become a narcissist yourself? It's a great question. I'm not going to say I got the answer, but the question was deep enough that I know what not to do. And so when I'm dealing with narcissistic people, I don't jump in. I walk away. Very smart advice. Yeah, and I do that too before I try to give some smart advice and I walk away. All right, we're getting down to the last couple comments section. Let me see. Well, above that, Cat Stevens says something real quick. My sister lives there, her wild friends, and you should never be tamed. Cat, everybody should be wild. You are in a wild creature. You should always be wild. Don't ever let them tame you. Don't let them break you. Be you. 100% bruh, off grid. And the treadmill, it keeps you in present mind. It does. And my treadmill right now is a Cobb house. Like, it's a workout for me. I mean, all the Cobb I'm mixing, I do it with my upper body because I feel like I'm at the gym and it feels great. Anyway, listening to G every day at work between 2019 and 2019 helped me stay motivated to get off the grid. Much appreciation for your live streams, Gerard. Is everybody here, Alexander? All I do is I throw raw thoughts out there, and I think all of that mended together into, okay, we know the problems. We argued about them at first. We were all on different sides and conflicting. We're all, had our ignorant identities. And over time, it drew into this, okay, well, let's work together. We got to figure this out together as an Earth family. And, okay, what are the real problems? Okay, we got that. That's a side effect. Let's beat this down. Racism, that's a side effect. Let's beat this down. It's another ism, side effect. Let's beat this down. And finally got down to a point where, wow, we have a system that does not work for the planet, any creature on it, and it does not even work for the human being. So we need to get away from this system. So I appreciate you. You're inspiring to me. You actually made the jump before I did. When I saw you make that jump, brother, I was like, you know what? I got to step it up. Alexander ain't playing. I'm still here on the internet talking trash about what I need to do, and he's doing it. The physical part of it, right? Not the financial and all the other ways people can off grid. And you were inspiring to me. The minute you said that, bro, I read your message. I almost had a tear in my eye, and I was like, you know what? It helped one person, and whatever I'm doing is probably the right thing. I'm gonna keep doing it, and I'm gonna get my butt off grid. Australia is locked down like New World. Yeah, it is, because Australia always was a prison camp, right? Australia began as a prison camp, and now they're just revealing to people what their intent always was, and those people are going to stand up. Question is, are we? Yeah, handy natural medicine off a tree. Willow, obviously, another form. All right. Yeah, medicine comes from a tree. Another thing I say on Australia there, Paul, is what would Australia be like if everybody lived down under? What would Australia be like if people weren't grouped together in these unsustainable cities? And that's one thing Seed is right about, is the Agenda 2030, right? They want to get the people off the land. But I'm doing the exact opposite, and I don't think she sees that. I don't think she understands that. Take the land back and do permanent cultures with the land. That's the only thing they're scared of. They're scared of independent people strong enough to say, nah, you can do that with your little feared population, but I'm not going to do that. I don't need you. I don't need you for power. I don't need you for water. I don't need you for a house. I don't need you for help. I don't need you for medicine. I don't need your system. And that's all they're scared of, is them not needing. If Australia, as big as that place is, if the people weren't grouped together in the cities, they can do what they want to do. And I'd bet you in Australia, the land is probably real cheap out there. You can revolt if you want to. That's up to you. Or you can go out there and get yourself a piece of land and understand that these billionaires aren't playing. Pharmaceutical industry ain't playing. This is a system, right? People are emotional. And if people can decide, you know what, we're going to change our mind. I'm not going to do this. I think I was going to do this and enslave you and oppress you. I decided I don't want to do that. I'm not going to go do that. This is a system, right? Those the pharmaceutical companies got to make money, period. They die if they don't, right? And how do they beat out their competitor? They got to sell more drugs than the other one. They got to get more chemicals in people than the others. And that's how they survive. They're not playing, and they're not going to back down. Government, they need power. They're going to take as much power as they got fear out there. As long as you see people walking around in face diapers thinking that they're saving and helping you while they're eating donuts and Twinkies and and destroying their bodies, shutting down their immunity, as long as they got scared people out there making bad decisions in fear, the government's going to take the power. So in Australia, they could move off grid if they want. I mean, that's what I would do. That's what I did here. Pennsylvania was set up to be a slave plantation, and it still is. And it became obvious that they're going back to that. So no, I got to have a place that I can bring my kids and my family and friends when things get raw. And if they get too raw, then you know what? Then it becomes what it becomes. But I'm not going to sit there and beg to have what I shouldn't have anyway. The colonized world. And you can eradicate Japanese beetles with geraniums. Yeah, the answer for everything is nature, not just our body, but everything. All right. It's stupid. Are they not going to treat lung cancer because he/she smoked? Yeah, Marianne, so that's true. They are forcing people to have an experiment done on their body, or they will not save their lives. That is very true. There's a person close to me who had that happen. They had a cancerous condition, and they said, well, we're not going to help you unless you get experimented on. And that alone is outside of my uncle and my father that this system killed. That alone is reason alone that the whole pharmaceutical industry and the medical system needs to be completely collapsed and reformed into something that some of the wise doctors and nurses say it should be. It has to go back to being about healing, right? The Hippocratic oath, not the Hippocrates oath, right? The hypocrisy oath, doing no harm. We're here to save your life. Come here, let's save your life. Let's work and let's figure it out. And we're going to try to save your life. Not you got to do what the state demands that you do. So these pharmaceutical industries can have captive customers and maximum profits, or we'll let you die. See, for that person alone, I won't mention no names. Your whole system needs to burn. Your whole world needs to burn. The fact that you will not save people's lives because of the ignorant fear that even doctors and nurses watch on TV, I'm happy to see your system burn. I'm the worst kind of slave. I do not listen. I don't at all. And when Massa House is on fire, I'm going to be filling them buckets with kerosene. And I hope your world burns down. And I hope the real doctors and the real nurses build a real healing system on the other side of this. But y'all are going down in flames. Starvation is the next to come. Yeah, well, they're limiting the food supply, right? In that part of it, they're that whatever they're talking about, that's what's coming. Make sure you have a means of feeding your family. We don't know how long it's going to be until people rise up, and that's one thing that Paul Bradley talks about. People rise up, ain't rising up because they're scared. So you need to be prepared for what do you need to do if the people continue to go the direction of just shaking in their boots, hiding in their panties and their drawers in their house, hiding in a closet under their bed like a child, instead of stepping up and doing some critical thought research and figuring out what's happening in the world. Is bursitis Gerard? Question mark. I don't know what bursitis is. So should we make smoking illegal? Every law is illegal, Paul Bradley. Bob Marley said that. Every law is illegal. Every last one of them. Why? Because we should be free like that little lizard right there. You should be going about doing what you need to do. Every law is illegal, exactly how Bob Marley said. All right. Thank you, Gerard. Beautiful soul. Thank you. I think all souls are beautiful. Jesse, all souls are beautiful. Some of them are just covered up in fear. All right. Quick, never quick with you. Quick, never. Nope, I'm at the end. I'm actually down at this is the end. This is all the end. Hey, Ray Abernathy. Damn, it's been a long time. Where the hell you been? Long time friend. Yes, we've been friends a while. Testing ground now. Outback Blues. There you go, Mark. That's good to hear. Oh, it's Big Tree today? Oh, wait a minute. No, it's tonight for you because you're in Belgium. Is tonight Thursday? I don't even know. I don't even care. I think today's Wednesday here. I could be wrong. I don't know. Again, I'm not that little lizard, but I'm getting closer to that little lizard every day. I wake up in the morning and I do what's important to me, to my friends, to my family. I do the things that I have to do. In a place that's hard to do them, but it's the right thing to do. So yeah, I don't keep track of the Rockefeller days of the weeks, whatever family made that up. The TikTok, right? That FedEx movie that Tom Hanks was in. Who actually fled to Greece that people don't like to talk about? Why he fled to Greece. Yeah, I'm not on their schedule anymore. I'm not on their TikTok. They can go to hell with that TikTok. All right. Now the flies done found me, warmed up, so I'm gonna get going. And I got a lot of work to do today. You got a last comment? War crimes. Yeah, war crimes. Oh, sorry for your loss. My condolences. I didn't see who was lost, but sorry for your loss, whoever was lost. Remember, people don't actually die. Energy is never destroyed. It just transitions. So, they leave the biological realm, but there's an energy presence that remains here. Just keep that in mind, whoever that is. I am sorry for your loss of that person, that creature, that spiritual energy in this domain, but you are still connected to them, and they actually are in energetic ways still here. The Omen. So who is Damien Thorne? The plan is there to be seen in a horror, and now we are living in. Yeah, we definitely are living in it. I'm looking for a last comment. Somebody wrap it up so I can go. So proud of you, brother. Absolutely. Oh, it is Thursday. Okay, yeah, Big Tree today. And rattlesnakes, y'all gonna hear Big Tree today. Just let y'all know it's Big Tree Day. So I got the speakers, and when it's on Thursdays when Big Tree comes in, I make sure that they all get it. They hear it. I want to. What the hell kind of bug are you? Y'all see this one? Look at this one. What kind of bug are you? Probably one that's poisonous. And I'm like, got the camera in his face. Look at you. Look, bugs are so curious. They're not even scared of you. They're just looking like, oh, what you doing, black man? Huh? What you talking about? Oh, Del Big Tree? Yeah, I've heard of him. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's the one who's trying to get you humans to like live naturally again and engage in the ecosystem. And he's trying to tell you that the science is being sent. No, you ain't landing on me. Hell no. That little skit came to a quick end. Nah, you ain't landing on me. There's too much about Texas bugs. I don't know. But yep, so it is Thursday. Big Tree Day. Let's do that. So proud of you, brother. Inspiration to thank you. It's definitely Thursday. All right, got it. I don't Big Tree, but it's Thursday all day. Today, Gerard. The only reason I Big Tree, Deborah, is because I end up in conversations and with people who need to hear the information. And there's always new information he's releasing through his interviews with scientists and doctors and other people being censored that the people who still believe in this foolishness need to hear. So I don't actually listen to Big Tree for me. I play it for the coyotes and the wolves and the bears and the rattlesnakes and the insects, and for other people who don't know what they know about ecosystems, right? Who don't know the science, right? So that's the only reason I listen to them. It's not for me, it's just for others. Okay, enjoy your day. Big tree all day. Nobody has a last comment for us, huh? I want y'all to say something deep. Somebody say something deep. God bless everyone. Good vibrations from around the world to all my family and brothers and sisters. And thank you for all the inspiration and hope. Bam! Cat Stevens got it. That's it. That's it. Thank you, everybody, for joining. You keep in mind your 7 billion cousins all around the family. You can join up in ignorant identities against them if you do like internal family fights, but that is your choice. Everything's a choice. You can be fearful and divide up in these little cult identities, or you can rejoin the human family. 7 billion cousins all over this planet.
Break the chains that bind me, 'cause I wanna break the chains that bind you. Do you wanna set the world free, have perfect harmony? Isn't it time for that? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people from the bottom to the top? Make modern slavery stop. Do you wanna let go of the prisoners? See everyone happy. We can have this and more if we open up the doors. Well, what do you think about that? Do you wanna free, boom, boom, free the people? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people and Mother Nature too? Close down all the zoos. Do you wanna boom, 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 boom? Do you wanna boom, 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 boom? Do you wanna free, boom, boom, free the people? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people from the bottom to the top? Make modern slavery stop.